Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Jean and this is Creatively Jean. Today I have another Halloween project. So this time we're going to make a door hanger. So what we're going to do is we are going to use the word boo to make a door hanger. Go up a little, down a little. Okay. So now these are just little sample pieces I'm going to show you. Now if you've seen my wreath ones, you know how I like to use, I don't like to buy things if I don't have to. So this one is made out of putting six pieces of paper together. So this is like one piece. This is just a cheap paper. I get this from Walmart. I use that. Or use the Michael's Recollection 65-pound paper. Works fine. You don't need nothing too thick on this. So if you don't have chipboard, that's how I make chipboard. So I glue 6 of these together, and I always glue the pieces together and make sure you flatten it. And I leave it sit like that. Usually I do overnight to make sure it's good and dry and good and flat and hard. So all my letters are all ready. We're just going to be putting things together because, you know, this was all done on a Cricut. But if you don't have a Cricut, you can, I know there's wood pieces you can buy. There is, you can cut your own out of stencils. So there's other ways to do it. Now, I did cut one. This is chipboard. This is the graphics, I think it's called. Chipboard, medium weight. So now if you put them both together, I'm going to try to kind of, you can see they're about the same thickness. So when I don't have chipboard or the color I need, because I will, depending on the project, I will use color paper that kind of matches my top piece of paper. So I usually put 5 together and then 1 top piece. So 6 pieces total is what I glue together. Or you can just use chipboard and glue on whatever top. You can also cut basswood on your Cricut. So you can do basswood. I didn't have no basswood left right now, so I didn't use basswood. So I made 2 of them are made this way, and one of them is made out of chipboard. So I said I got them all glued together and ready to go. I'll tell you what I did with each one and when we put together. So my first one, this one's made out of the chipboard, and I used my black chipboard. But I put 2 pieces together. I didn't feel like it was thick enough. And it was a little, here's one piece. To me, this chipboard, it was a little flimsy. When I glue 6 pieces together, it's because I think the glue hardens it too. So the paper actually was harder than the chipboard. The chipboard is pretty flimsy. So that's why I did 2 pieces together here. And this stuff is really cheap. Of course, I'll link it on and down below in the description. Let's go just a little tiny bit. So then I just took whatever, I had some paper in my stash, some Halloween paper, and I put it on top of each one. And then, so I got some of the holes put in. All I'm using is my crocodile, the big one. I like the big one. I had a regular small one, but you can adjust this to whatever length your paper is. And so if you want to get them all the same spot and everything, the same width in. But for this project, I don't really care because I'm just going to eyeball. So I already did some pencil marks on the back, kind of about where I want them. I did 2 holes on top of this one, 1 hole on the bottom of the B. And then we're going to do 2 holes on this middle O. And I'm just going to look from the side. And, you know, I'm on camera, so I can't move it quite the way I want to. But that's through 2 thicknesses of chipboard, and that punches through great. So no problem there. So we have our O. Make sure our spiders are going the right direction. And then I need 1 here for the bottom one. And then we're going to hook them together. Let's get that out of the way. And then I'll decorate them after we hook them together. So what I am going to use, you can use this one, anything you want to hook them together. You can even use some like jump rings. In fact, hold on, I'll see if I have my big jump rings, if that'll work for you. I think my colored ones might work. Let me see. I think I have some black ones in here. We'll see if that works. I need 2 of these. Yes, I do. So I'm thinking, I got these big black junk. I have two black ones. Yes, I do. Here's another one. Let's try this one. We'll hook with the jump rings. And then I will do the rope with that. I need 3 of them, actually. You think I can count? No? All right, guys, let's do that. So I'll do one with the jump rings and hook them together. And then I'll use this for the other 2. And this is that, you guys see me use this before. It's a Chinese knotting cord. Comes in a box of 12 or 16 different colors in there. And let's see if I can get this one. I use this for my beading and stuff like that. And this works really nice for holding it because it's not heavy. It's not really heavyweight. So we'll use that for the other ones. But let's just use some jump rings. The jump rings should work well too. You can use ribbon. You can take ribbon and just glue some ribbon on the back side and hook it together that way. I didn't have a no Halloween ribbon on hand right now. Why? I don't know. I got a bunch of Christmas because I've got some Christmas projects coming up. So I have lots of Christmas, but I don't have much Halloween. So let's see if this is going to work to hook together or not. I might have put my holes too low on this one. Let's see if it'll work. Might not work because I wasn't going to use the jump rings. So come on, come apart a little more. Okay. Almost got it. Might not be big enough for these ones, but you can put 2 together. I'm trying to do it on one, just one first. Yep, okay. So there, you can hook them together that way. Okay, 1. Oh, I didn't need 3. What am I doing? I can count? No, I can't count. Find the opening. So what I did, open them pretty far. And then put it together like this. And then we're going to drop our jump ring like always. My little piece of paper didn't punch all the way out on this one. You know I do all this live for you guys. I don't take mistakes out. Okay. Do it like I would be doing it in person. Okay. You don't want me to do it in person. We'll take all day. Okay, tighten that down. And now we have them hooked together. So that's one way you can hook it together. I will put some of this on top for the hanger. Scissors. So for the hanger, all I'm going to do is bring it through. I'm going to tie a knot. You could glue it on the back, but knotting it works just fine. And I'm going to make it a little thicker, so I'm going to go over that same knot again, just to kind of make it thicker. It's a small hole. I used the small setting on here, so I used it's a 1/8. It has a 1/8 and a 3/16. I used the 1/8 to make the smaller hole. You can use a hand punch too, but you know I don't have a lot of strength in my hands some days, so you know you get tools. So see, and then you got your hanger that way, and then we'll put it in this way. And then see about how long you think you want your hanger. You really don't need it too long. I think I'll leave it right about like that. You don't really need it too long because, you know, unless you're hanging it, you know, depending on where what you're hanging it from. Now, I'll use a 3M hook on my door. This will go on the outside of my door, my entry door, and I'll use a 3M hook on my door so as not to ruin my door. Okay, so now we have that. We have the hanger. Isn't that cute? Now let's decorate it. This is what we're here for. Let's see the pretty part. Just showing you a simple way you guys can make your own decoration Now I picked up, let's see, spiders on this one. I picked up this bag of spiders from Dollar Tree, and you could get different colors. I think it was purple, black, and no, purple, orange, and the green. I picked the green because I took out the green of this paper. Okay, I didn't do that on purpose. I did that on accident. I found the spiders and then I found the paper. So, okay, then they had these bows, and these came in different colors too. But they didn't have no green at mine. They had orange, black, and purple, and I don't know if they made it in green. So what I did on this one, because I didn't want the tails hanging, I simply just cut the tails off. Because I didn't want the tails. And we are going to put this on up here, like that. Isn't that cute? Okay. We are just going to put some glue on a couple spots here. Be fairly generous with it. Now this is going to take some time to dry. I'll probably grab a couple clips here. See if I got my long clips, the longer ones like these. And then this will dry while we're doing the other two. So I'm going to throw a couple clips in there to help hold that down. Make sure I got it as even as I think I have it. Isn't that cute though? And now let's glue on a few spiders. So let's glue, let me see. I can put glue on this. It's hollow inside, but on where the legs all come together, it's fairly flat right there. So put a glob of glue on. You can use hot glue, of course. But, you know, this sticks pretty well. We may have to let it sit, which is what we're going to do anyways. Make sure it's touching. It is touching. I'm going to see. I think I'm going to put a dot of glue under each of the legs too, just for extra support under the two. I put too much there. Under the legs that's touching. Okay. Glue will dry clear. So we got one there. And let's put one maybe going down this way, going up that way, up there maybe. That's it. Just try to see where it's going to land the best. And I think we can do this one. This one and this one. And we're just going to put them kind of on there. And we will move that aside and let that dry, and hopefully it'll be dry by the end of the night. Okay, let's see if I can get that moved. Get this spider. We don't need that spider. So that's cute. You can add as much as you want. You can also add, like I have these foam ghosts. So you can use something like these. Or I have different flat backs. This is a button. You can use to decorate. Or you can use like, even use stickers. Let me move this over here to the side. Use some stickers if you want to. Okay, let's go for a ride. Put that right over there. Now for our next one, we don't need that no more. We don't need you guys. Now this one I did on white paper, and I did it on white paper for a reason. If you don't have black paper, you can ink. You can see I inked those ones. Not the back, of course, but I inked the sides so it looks like it's on black paper. So if you don't have black paper, you can go ahead and ink. Let's ink this one. And, oh, it's right in front of me. I'm going to put a glove on because I'm going to show you how to get in the creases. And I just got my hands clean from inking. So you just take your dot and then just rub along. Can you see? Just rub along the edges. It doesn't matter if you get a little on the front too. It just makes it a little bit more distressed look. So just rub along. So don't worry if you don't have the color paper to match your paper. For Halloween, I wanted it to be black paper because, you know, it just looks more Halloween-y. Okay. So now we got to do the inside. And I come from the back side when I do my inside. That way I don't get quite as much on the front. Because otherwise, because you can see, sometimes you miss and you might get a lot of ink. And you don't really want that on the front. So come from the back side. And I'm just doing this quickly. You might take your time a little bit more. But I'm just, because you know we're on video. And just rub it through there until you cover most of it up. Now for this B where it's kind of, it goes in there pretty thin. What I did is I just popped it off. Put it on in there and then I folded it in half. And then squeeze it in there. And just go from the back. And it worked quite well. And I just got some on my hand, of course I did. You know, so that worked quite well to get in these little cracks or inside the smaller opening. Just fold it in half and rub it in there. So that worked quite well. Put this back on. Close that up. We don't need that. I can take my glove off because see how much you get on. And I just got all the black off of me. Okay, now we got to punch holes in this one. And I punched them on some of them. Put my make sure your paper is the right way so you don't hang anything upside down. Let's see, I got a hole on that one. And I got the hole on this one already. Okay. And it punches really easy. So let's use black cording on this one. So we're just going to cut a couple little pieces. Big enough to tie. 2 pieces here. And again, I'm just going to kind of fold them together. I think it makes it just a little easier to, you know, get my hole. I got paper stuck in there. And you can make, okay, so I'll throw it this way. So you can put as much slack in between there as you want. You can have it tighter like that one is, or you can put a little slack. So I'm going to bring it over this way. It's just easier for me to do it this way. Tie it any way you want. I'm going to try to leave a little bit of slack. We're going to tie a knot, just a regular basic knot. And I won't go tight all the way until I see if that's where I want it. I think I'll accept that. Like that. I accept that. I say that all the time. I'll accept that. Or when I'm making a sample like that, yep, I'll accept that. You know, it's okay. They'll like it. Okay, cut off your little tails. And then it's just going to hide, your knot's going to hide behind there. So we got like that. Oops, turn it the right way though. Okay, so we have one hooked together. Let's hook this one together. Make sure we're going to be hooking it together. Nope. It goes on the bat. Make sure we hook it. You know, I've known to do things upside down before. Okay, let's tie that one where you think. Did I didn't do a very good job tying that one, did I? You're gonna fire me. I should have tied my knot like this instead. But I didn't. Let's see. That'll be good. And this, I do this too sometimes. Okay, so if you get it, because I don't have a lot of strength, so take any of your like pliers, whatever you have, and pull. Give it another good pull. A little tip from Jean today. Just cut off your tails. Now slide to the back. And let's get the other one back. You can use twine. If you have some twine, use some twine. I don't have no twine right now. I don't know why. Sure, I used it on something, but okay. Tie this knot. Okay, looks about the same. I'm going to grab this again so I can get it nice and tight. It's hard to grip onto things like your strings and stuff like that and get a good hard. That's why I like the wax. I don't have no black wax thread. I should get some. Wax thread is so nice because it adheres nicely. Okay. So now we have that. This one I'm going to do a little more simple. All we're going to do is add a couple bats. So we got this. I got these from Dollar Tree too. And they are on a little... the name of it went out of my head now, these clips. What are those called again? It just went out of my head. These little clips. The clip for one will pull right out. So you save your clip. But then I also cut this piece off right here. So cut that off. Cuts right off nicely. And this one, we're not going to put a topper on this one. Well, we should put our string on top first, though. Get our hanger on top here first. Oh, I didn't poke my holes in my bee. Nope, I did not poke my holes in my bee. So we're going to poke 2 holes in the top. I thought I did that. One right about there. And then go all the way down. And I'm going to make sure I kind of straight across from it. Okay. And get the paper out. So we'll put our first side in that way, and we'll just do our knot like we did before. I'm leaving my favorite for last. And this is just regular. This was the chipboard. This was the cardstock, 6 pieces of cardstock put together. You could also just glue these down in the back if you don't want to, and then use some clips to hold it. But tying works for me on this. And then it's just regular cardstock. You could also use my napkin technique. You could also use that, Mod Podge the napkins on, or fabric. If you've seen some of my videos on that, on how to do that, quick and easy. So there we have our hanger. We have our boo. And now we're just going to basically see where we want to put a couple, maybe one right about in the middle there. We're just going to keep this one a little bit more simple. We're just going to put a couple bats on. And I'm going to put him going up that way. And put him on the bottom like that. Or down up on the bottom. I think I like him on the bottom. Now, if I was doing this, I don't think the clips that I have will be big enough. But I would also try to clip it in the middle. I keep him more straight. See, then so he doesn't tip. Like this one is tipping sideways. Let's see if I can get a clip on it. Just so he kind of stands. That'll work. Okay, so let's let that one dry until the end. So that one's just kind of more basic. And then we'll show them better at the end. This one's got a cute little bow on top and just some spiders. Now my favorite one here, get some of that off of there, is all made from paper. So these are all paper put together, 6. So I did 5 pieces of black paper for the bat. And then I put 1 layer of the black Cricut glitter paper cardstock over the top. Isn't that cute, bat? Wait till you see what I do with that guy. Okay. The ghosts are done the same way. So the ghosts have 4 white sheets, 1 black sheet, and then white glitter on top. Remember, when you glue it together, leave them lay under something hard. Keeps them straight. Pumpkin for my O. I'll show you how this is going. So we're going to go B and now pumpkin for the O. And we're gonna do that one. It's my favorite one. Isn't that cute? We're gonna have to zoom this guy over this way more because we're not gonna be in the middle. So you could do a lot. You don't have to buy things. This is all done with just paper and cardstock. You do not have to buy anything special. It didn't take no time at all to glue them together. So I did the orange cardstock here and the glitter. I will give you guys the design file I did for Cricut. So I will give you the file in the description. Now we got our holes poked here. We got to poke them here. So I already marked out about where I want them. So we're going to poke a little hole there. And then we'll poke the hole on this side. Okay. Now we're going to connect them. And I think we'll use orange this time. So let's grab a couple off of here. Okay. Again, you could use ribbon, but I had one purple ribbon left. We weren't going to use that, so I could probably use it on there, but I didn't like it with the paper. Okay, let's glue, tie that. Connect our pieces. Last year, if you remember, if you watched, if you've been with me that long, last year, I've been doing this for a year now. I did the Halloween wreath, and I did the exact same way with layering the paper and making my own chipboard. And I think I did do basswood wreath and chipboard and a paper one that year on that last year. So I did. Or did I do not? I didn't do a Halloween. I think I started with Easter. I didn't do a Halloween. That's right. I think I started with Easter last year. Okay. And then you'll just make sure it's hidden in the back. And then we'll do this one. You know, some people would probably say, well, what's the point? You can go out and buy a sign. Yes, yes, you can. But I am someone who likes to craft. And if I can make my own decor, I will make my own decor. I like crafting, and I have this weird little mind that, like, okay, so it was midnight. I was sitting getting ready to go to bed, and I was looking something else up, and I'm like, you know what? I think we need to make a door sign for Halloween. So my little mind had to start, was thinking, and then I had to put a little sketch down, and this is what I came up with. Sometimes I can't go to bed until, if I'm thinking of a project, I cannot go to bed until I get it written down or something. Seriously. I hope I got that one twisted, untwisted. There we go. Now it looks better. Okay, so we have that. I'm gonna get this to go up here. And if you want your knot, if you don't want your knot to show, which it should stay okay, you can glue your knot down. But the knot should stay right where. Okay, so now for this one, we want our little bat. Our bat, and ignore this hole. I screwed up. I didn't need a hole up there. We are going to glue the bat along the top here. He is going to be our hanger. Then we are going to clip in, which I'm going to do first. So we are going to punch a hole in each one of his wings. That's where our hanger is going to go. So you know me, I just kind of eyeball. So I'm going to go right in the tip of his wing there. And right in the tip of his wing. I have to show you from the back side because the glitter you can't see very well. So just put a hole. Nobody can see it pretty good. You can see the hole there. Let's put the hanger on right away. And we'll use black. But I cut a little extra just because his wings spanned. And I did all this in Design Space myself. I picked out the letters. I wanted a thicker letter. So I just thought it would be better for the door hanger. And then I went and picked out a bat. and played around with that a little bit to see which one I liked better. And what else did I do? Oh, then I did the pumpkin and the ghost. I looked up, you know, so most of it was already like designs that were in Design Space that I just kind of used and altered a little bit. Like for the ghost, I had to flip. I needed both ways, so I had to make sure I flipped one before I cut it and stuff, because I wanted both to go both ways. So there's a lot you can do in Design Space, and most of it's fairly simple. You don't have to, you know, be good at Design Space or anything. I'm still not, you know, like I wouldn't say I'm, you know, an expert at Design Space. I do the basics, and I can cut things and I can design things a little bit. It can take forever though. If anyone has, you know, any kind of cutting machine, you know how long it can take. But like I said, I only have a file for Design Space, so, but there's other ways you can, I know you can, I tried looking for letters at Dollar Tree, but I couldn't find any. But I know on Amazon for sure you can get letters, you can get stencils, stuff like that if you want to make one if you don't have. So this one I'm going to leave a little longer because of his wingspan. And you can always, if you give it to somebody and always change your mind, you can always recut your knot or retie your knot and cut some more off. But I'm going to leave this on. This one's going to one that I'm going to put on my front door. I love this one. Okay, so now we are just going to glue him up here in the middle. So we'll put some glue on the back and kind of position him where we want him. I'm a little more generous with glue on stuff like this because you're gluing onto a glitter paper. So I am going to try to center it and push it right down and make sure I'm going to see that I'm fairly straight. In the long run, if he looks like a drunken bat, whatever. And I am going to throw a clip on there. It hardens up pretty fast. That's one thing about art glitter glue. It does adhere pretty fast. But it does work, I think, better with pressure. So that's why I use my clips a lot to help hold it down when I can't hold it myself, okay? So just like that would be pretty, right? Right. But we have these ghosts. I'm going to put one ghost on this side, right about like that. Isn't that adorable? And then I'm going to put the other ghost on this bottom O. So let's kind of push you up here. Okay. Got some glue on my, where's my rag in here? Get that glue off of there. Okay. Push him up there out of our way so we can see down here where we're going to work. And we are going to see how we want. I want his little tail to stick out. I don't care about his arms so much, but I want to get his little tail to stick out. Kind of like that. Make sure we got it straight. So I will run glue kind of right along here. So I'm going to just throw some glue right around there and tuck him back under. We don't care, just like that. And it's clear glue, so it will dry clear, but I'll wipe off a little bit. Okay. I don't think I can get, let's see if I can get a couple clips. I'm running out of my bigger clips. Okay. So I can pick this up without too much trouble. This just helps a little bit when I can't like hold on to it. Okay, now let's put our other ghost down here. Same thing. Get that baddie to go up a little bit so I can get you guys in here. Okay, so we are going to put him kind of like that. Isn't that adorable? It's the simplest things in life. We have a screen door here in Wisconsin. We use screen doors. I know in some states they don't put a storm door on. Screen door, storm door, whatever it's called. So we have the screen and then entry door. So It's kind of protected in there a little bit from the weather, so I don't worry about it because we have that door that protects it. Da, 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 I think I'm out of my big ones. We'll just hold on to it for a little bit. Okay. And I got that. Move that off to the side so we can show. I can go back to showing, see if everything's dry. We'll push this all off, and we'll start with the one we did first. It should be dry enough to play with as soon as we show these other ones. Let's see if we're dry enough. Feels dry to me. How are the spiders? Okay, perfect. So, let's see. Let me bring my camera. Oh, you won't believe what I just did. I picked it up. That's okay. We will re-adhere it. But let's get it down so you guys can see a little better. So, and I'll measure this. Comes out to be about, might be over 12 inches. So from the top of the bee, it's about 12 inches. And about 3 7/8 wide. I made the numbers 4 inches long. So that's how I made them. I made them 4 inches long. So perfect. So that's that one. And that's the one I did with the chipboard. I mean, that'll be cute on your door. You don't need nothing really big on your door. The chipboard, and then this is just cardstock over the top. We did the jump rings here instead to hook on. Like I said, you can use ribbon. There's a lot of different things you can use to hook on. And then this came from Dollar Tree, and the spiders came from Dollar Tree. So that's one version. I'll have to redo my bow because, you know, I had to go and pull on it. Okay, next is this one I kept more plain. So if you're not one that wants a lot of sparkle and glitter and stuff like that, we kept this one. I did 3 different kinds of cardstock on this one. See how you feel. You feel pretty good. Take those off. Okay. So I did 3 different cardstocks. I adhered the letters with just this Chinese cord, which I love this Chinese cord. Lots of different colors in the box. Can't forget how many are in there. And this one had the white paper, and I just inked the edges so it was black. So you don't need, if you don't have the paper you need to use that matches, then you can just ink your edges, okay? So there's that one. Just a plain, but it's still, there's still impact there with those bats. So look at your Dollar Tree, see what they have. I'm sure by the time I get this video out, everything will be gone, because that's how it goes at Dollar Tree. Okay, and then my favorite one, and let's see if he's dry enough. He should be dry enough. Okay. Let's get this position so you guys can see it, because he's so cute. Yep, you're dry. Okay, now we can get you out. Get you guys on the camera. A little bit more down, so you can see the whole kit and caboodle there. There. Now it looks like this one's further apart because of the stem. But they're pretty much the same. But you can make this one a little bit longer if you want, so the impact maybe looks different, you know. But otherwise, it's the same, really the same apart from there. It's just that the stem is kind of making it look like. But isn't that cute? I like, that's my favorite. I like that. And that got the bat up there as your topper piece. So there is a Halloween decor. This year I made Halloween cards for you guys. I made a Halloween treat container, a box, and the decor. I think that's all I made then. I think that's all I'm going to do for this Halloween, because I got to get busy with some Christmas stuff. I hope you guys, let's get this all over, enjoyed this one, and you guys try this on your own. I said it doesn't take much. It did not take long for this. Chipboard, this is the graphics, and it's a medium weight. It's a little bit thinner than your Cricut. It cut maybe 10 passes. It cut, so it cut pretty good, pretty quickly too. And you can get quite a bit of numbers on. I can get 4 on an 8.5 by 11 sheet, and that's what I was using. This is what I used for the white, and then I used the Cricut or the Michaels Recollection 65 pound. And this really isn't, this is a different type 110 pound. This is an index, not a cover. So it's basically like a 65 pound. So that's a difference. Index and cover is thicker than the index. And so it looks like 110 pounds, but it's not really a good 110 pounds. So, and my glitter is Cricut glitter cardstock. So it didn't take me that long. I cut all this out in one night, and the next day I glued everything together and then I let it all sit overnight so that they stayed nice and flat. You want everything to stay nice and flat. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I hope you guys give this a try and let me know in the comments which one you like. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Hey guys, I'm back. I have to add a little something. After I was finished, I realized I did this one wrong. I was doing the other ones, and I forgot on this one, because the weight of the ghost on the one side, that you actually need to put on each end. You have to put a string or whatever opening. So poke a hole on each end of the O. I left the third one. You can do a third one if you want 3, but you actually want it on each end, so that way it'll balance your ghost on the end. Where these ones you didn't need it because there's nothing hanging off the sides. It balances nice. So I totally had that in my notes and I totally forgot to do it because I was so excited to put this together and show it for you. So just do 2 holes on each end, or a hole on each end, and it'll hang perfect for you. All right, so I hope you catch that at the end, and I'll see you later.